guys, Adam here, Blackfyre Productions. Welcome back to another episode of World War Marvel. I am joined once again by Ben. How are you, sir?
Good. How was your Christmas?
Back. It was good, man. It was good. Busy. Busy dealing with sicknesses. So everything was up in the air juggling. So There was a lot of things happening all at once.
Sounds like my Christmas.
We had like a flu that went through the school that came to our children, and then my middle child Eli, he got it the week of the last week of school for them, so I guess that's right beforehand, and it lasted until like 2 weeks after he got it, and it was like weird because it was like he'd have the symptoms, regular flu symptoms, and then he'd have that for like 2 days, off a day where he's like I'm fine, and then back for like another 2-3 days,
the
and
flu
then
this year was rough.
Well, it's because nobody's been out and about. You know what I mean? Fully until more recently, right? So like any immunities that you would have had are out the window and such. So well, at least with kids, this is right.
Watched the first episode of The Last of Us last night. And that intro scene.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Put a whole new spin on COVID, and it's creepy as fuck. Pardon my French.
No, that is okay. That is all right. I have said things like that here before. So yeah, it was just a lot of juggling, but it was good overall. You know what I mean? Cool. I enjoyed it and stuff like that. And now I'm back into school and such for my second semester and enjoying that as well. And the kids are back, so that's probably a lot of weight off my wife's shoulders. She's like, I don't have to listen to my husband all day, and I don't have to listen to my wife or my kids all day. She's like, I can do whatever I want.
I just have to deal with the kids now.
That's true. That's right. That's right. So we are throwing down a match between your Brotherhood and my Weapon X / X-Men Gold list. Before we get into the details of the match, if you haven't yet, last Saturday, prior to this match, I'm going to have I had a tactics video, so go check that out, where I talk about the roster that I'm using in today's match, and then come back over here and watch the battle report where I'll be using them. We have already rolled off for priority. I have priority. I had 2 wilds and 1 hit, and I think you had 3 hits?
2 hits.
2 hits. I ended up going with my extractions. You went with your secures.
Yep.
So I pulled out hammers. So it's map D, 4 celestial hammers. You score a victory point for each hammer that you control in the cleanup phase, and then you add 1 die to your attack rolls for each celestial hammer that you're holding. And then if you're holding 1 or more celestial hammers, you have to pay an extra power for a team tactics card as well. Yep. You drew Infinity Formula Goes Missing, which is placing 4 serum canisters on map B. You score 1 victory point for each canister that you are securing during the cleanup phase, and then during the power phase, you gain 1 additional power, which is really, really nice. Allows people to sort of jump around and do what they need to do. So that's awesome. You got to pick threat level, though. Yep. What did you go with?
Went with 18, running traditions here.
Yeah. You were saying you just played this, right?
99% sure, this was the one that I just played recently.
With you and one of your other friends, Kyle.
Kyle,
Yeah, that's hilarious. So, random draw as it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, I took Hydra, he did Defenders, and my Lord Defenders just ran the show.
Oh, yeah?
Doctor Strange was mean.
They're just so cool, with Defenders, and the fact that they're going to be like, oh, you're weak against this attack type? Okay, I'm going to spend a power, and if I damage you, you get Hex, and you're weakest defense.
Like the new Red Skull, being able to have the defense depending on the turn with the armor. Yeah. It was just like, well, what armor do you have now? Well, it's this. Okay,
I'm gonna go on this one. Yeah, it's similar like with Vision too, because he can bounce back and forth between the bonus on physical and energy as well.
And Defenders is just like,
they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. So, before we get into the match, I gotta give a big shout out to Torchlight Games and Hobbies, based out of Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Check their web store and the link in the description and down below. You can use the code FIRE5 to save yourself 5% off of your hobby supply needs there. So paints, paintbrushes, etc. Also, if you like the content that we're producing here on the channel, you can support the channel through our Patreon link as well. So, without further ado, let's show you the board, show you the rosters, and get right into the match from there. Alright guys, here we are with my Weapon X and X-Men roster, X-Men Gold that is, because I have Storm. So the characters that I'm using for today's 18-threat match are 5-threat Jean, 4-threat Logan the Wolverine, Sabretooth Apex Predator, so that's 13, and then I got another 5 points over here with Domino and Honey Badger. The other characters that I could have used are Beast, Storm, X-23, Rogue, and Dead Cool. Tactics cards that I have are Exceptional Healing, Are You Sure You Want to Remember, which is my leadership, Dossier, Brace for Impact, and then Mental Domination as well. The other tactics cards, I just got to pull them up here, that I could have used are No Matter the Cost, Gotta Get Some Air, First Class to Me, my X-Men, and Wolverines. Other extracts that I could have had are Research Station and Struggle for the Cubes Continue. And then my secures are Gamma Wave's Sword establishes base on Moon's blue area, and Deadly Meteors mutate civilians. So those are my secures. So I'll go show you Ben's next. All right, Ben, why don't you walk us through what you have for your roster and who you're bringing today?
So I'll be bringing Magneto,
yep.
Mystique. I'll be using her leadership.
Okay.
Quicksilver, Toad, and Rogue.
Okay.
Also brought with me today Sabretooth, Scarlet Witch, Deadpool. What am I drawing blanks on names here?
Gambit and Colossus.
And Colossus.
Very cool. That pink on Gambit looks brilliant. It's super nice and actually pops really well on the mat that they're on as well. Like it's that's awesome. What tactics cards did you bring with you today?
So I brought with me, and I'll be using Magnetic Refraction,
which is the cover within 3 of Magneto. Yeah.
Yep. Deception.
Okay.
Can I borrow that?
Yeah.
Asteroid M and the Book of Truth.
Very nice.
I also brought as options Chimichangas.
I love that one. It's so fun.
Pardon Me Sugar, No More Mutants, The Whims of Chaos, and Charming Thief.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, that is your roster. You got your tactics cards handy?
Yeah, so we ended up going with Infinity Formula Goes Missing, but
yeah.
I also brought Riot Spark Over Extremis 3.0 and Mutant Madman turns City Center into Lethal Amusement Park.
Very, very cool. And look, you got the guy that would do that too, right? So what were your extracts? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Extracts were Mutant Extremists target U.S. senators, because why not run with the mutant theme here?
Yeah, 100%.
Fear Grips is where the terrorized cities, and Struggle for the Cube continues.
I should have went with yours. I should have had you do your extractions and me do my secures. Never thought. That's okay. So that is Ben's roster. We'll show you the board next. All right, here we are with the board that we are playing on today. This is a Frontline Gaming mat. It's their snow-based mat. If you haven't, you go check out the video where I would showcase the mat and the terrain that I was getting ready for it. I put that out a couple of weeks ago on a Monday, if I can remember correctly. But it's the newest board that I have on the channel. Bunch of Atomic Mass game terrain, some GameMat.eu terrain, which is like the rocks and stuff that I repainted. Discussed that in that video. And then obviously I built up the power stations and the turrets over there as well. I said in the video that I wasn't going to put the Hydra symbols in there, but the power stations have them pre-built on it, and I didn't find any little medallion like thing that I liked. I found like a shield one and sword, but I didn't want shield or sword. I wanted something more Canadian based, because this is going to be a Weapon X base, with that platform over there. So yeah, but this is a Frontline Gaming mat, bunch of terrain. I got some terrain from Battle Kiwi, which is part of their Star Wars Legion terrain set. So that's on there because I think the gray tone fits nicely in that. And so yeah, size 3 for the power stations, size 3 for the turrets. We're going to consider this mountain and stuff as size 5 non-interactive.
Same with the bunker.
Yeah, so, well, I would imagine the bunker would be interactive, but because that's like a mountain side, right? But nobody can throw size 5 anyway, so we got size 5 over there. We do have a Infinity Serum canister there, hammer on top, another canister over here on that side. There's some debris there which we're using as size 2. Same with like that pile of stuff is going to be size 2. These things are going to be size 2. Trees, the bigger trees, one there, size 3, and then there's a whole bunch of size 2 trees as well. Stones, we said size 2 if I remember correctly. And so yeah, so we got a hammer over on that side, a hammer back on there, and the hammer on the roof, and then the canister there, canister behind the turret over there. Power station has that canister, and then hammer over there. So Ben, what side of the board do you want to set up on?
I'll take this side.
Okay, so you're going to set up on that side, and I will come back and set up on this side. We'll come back with deployment now. And we have finished deployment. I have placed Sabretooth and Jean Grey over on that side, Wolverine in the center over there, Honey Badger right there, and Domino over here. Across the board, we got Quicksilver, we got Toad, we got Magneto, and then we got Rogue and Mystique over there. So yeah, I guess we'll come back with round one. So after deployment, I placed... Are you sure you want to remember on Logan, because he's my leader, and then I also placed during the first power phase, because I've powered everybody up already, I placed Dossier, or Logan placed Dossier as well. You did put the Dossier on Rogue, who's sitting over there, so I guess Logan and her are gonna have a thing and see who comes out on top. So yeah. Well, I guess anybody who is Weapon X can pick up the Dossier after Rogue is defeated. So, so we'll see what happens there. So we'll come back with round one next. All right, starting off the first round, Domino is going to go first. She's going to come over here with a move action, just on the side of that train, and then she's going to take a short action to sort of like end over here with the climb. And yeah, oh, hitting trees. So I want to be within one of the Infinity Serum canister, which is down below here, and one of that. She's going to spend her 1 power to pick that one up, because I don't want you to get it. So, and that will be Domino. Mystique is up first.
So I'm gonna come across.
Yeah.
To here.
And then I'm assuming
burn a power to secure that.
Yeah. So you're going to place an objective on there. Do you have a Brotherhood or something?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
There we go.
So basically you don't have to stay there, but you can't pick up that one, unfortunately, because you're out of power.
But I can get around here.
Yeah.
To here.
Yeah. You just won't be able to pick up the hammer at this point, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Sabretooth is going to go. Seeing as how you left me a hammer to do something, he's going to move there, and we did say the size... stones are size 2, and these bigger ones are size 3. Yep. Sabretooth is size 3 anyway, so he can move over, so he's just going to do a second move and spend his 1 power to pick up said hammer over there. Toad is up next for you, Ben. Where are you going with him?
Just going to get up and park him on the objective.
Sounds good. I like it. Yeah, okay. I will see your 2-threat character with my own 2-threat character, and I will go with Honey Badger next. She's going to take a move action, followed by a climb action to get up on top of that. Funny thing is she can't actually contest that Infinity Serum canister, so she won't get the bonus power from it either. So I'll do a climb test to jump up on that building though. And Honey Badger, after her climbing up that side of the building, just ends right there. And that is her go. Magneto's up next. Is that who you're going with?
Yeah, so I'm thinking save the hammer for Rogue, and I'll move him over towards Sabretooth.
Couple of short movements. Nobody has the power right now to do Asteroid M. You do have that card, but
yeah.
Okay.
And
yep. That makes sense. I like it. And that's it for him?
I'm gonna do Fatal Attraction, actually.
You did 2 move actions.
Is that not? It's
yeah.
A superpower, right?
Is it a superpower? What one is Fatal Attraction? I can't remember. Is it the throw? I'm gonna activate Jean next. She's going to take a move action over here to be within one of that Infinity Serum canister. And then I think what I want to do is maybe I'll throw a Psionic Bolt into Magneto, because I am within range 4 of you. So it's only 5 dice though. It's your Mystic defense, because it is a Mystic attack. So my 5 dice versus your 6.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to feel so nice. I don't think I'm within range 3. No, I'm not within range 3 of Mystique. So my 5 dice. Let's see if I can do nothing to you. Yeah, I do nothing to you. because like I have one. I was really just wanting to sap power off of you. That's all I was wanting to do, but that didn't even work either. So that's okay. That is okay. Quicksilver's up next. Do you know what you're doing with him, sir?
Just wondering.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, you can contest that 100%.
So move him
on back
to there.
Yep.
And then down to here.
So you contest that back objective, and I no longer have it, so I won't be scoring those victory points, but that is okay. All right, Logan. Logan, you're going to move within 1. Something like that for your first action. You're going to spend a power, pick up that hammer, because why wouldn't you? Logan with a hammer. Sabretooth with a hammer. Not good. And then I will come over this way. I don't know if I can actually get within 1 of it. That's pretty close though. But let's see. I actually can get within 1. We just measured it, Ben and I. And so yeah, that is a good thing for me. So he will hang out there with his second move action. Rogue is up. Just blasting off.
So I'm going to come over here.
Yep.
There's a hammer tucked away.
There sure is under those barricades. She's searching the boxes, the toolboxes, and she's grabbing that hammer.
Grabbing the hammer.
Yeah. And she gains the power back after, because you're using Mystique's objective after you interact with that extract. You gain that power back after all other effects. So, and then you still have something else that you can do.
What do I want to do?
I'm not sure.
I feel like I want to focus on this side first.
That side? I don't like it.
Let's go there.
Okay, sounds good. And that will bring us to the end of the round. Cleanup phase of round 1. Ben, you have 1 hammer and 2 of the Infinity Serum canisters.
Yep.
So you are going up to 3. I have 3 hammers and 2 Infinity Serum canisters. I'm going up to 5. And we're going to round 2 next. Sabretooth is going to go for me first. He's going to do a 6-die claw slash
Before
into
that
Mystique.
Happens,
yeah.
I'm going to burn 2 power to play magnetic refraction.
It's an active, so you have to have your turn, unfortunately. Yeah, it's an active card. So when you get your first activation, you can do that. So, anything else that you're thinking? Alright, so can't do anything else, or choosing not to do anything else. So here's my 6-die claw slash. I think you have martial artists though, so you count blanks as successes.
Yep.
That's 5 going into you, and it's going to be blocking 2.
Yep.
I do have Pierce, but it just turns it to a blank, which you have martial artists anyways, so you're going to be blocking 2. Taking 3, I do gain 3 power, but you also have Bleed now on Mystique as well, so... Okay, now I'm going to do another claw slash into 6 dice still, because of the hammer. Yep. Normally it's 5. I do have 2. You got 2 as well. I have 2, so I don't think I do any more to you. So you're blocking 2, so no more damage there from Sabretooth into Mystique. And I guess the last thing I'm doing, seeing as how I didn't take her out with my attacks, I'm going to pounce into you. I want to come over here and I'll collide with you. You need to now make a dodge test. So I'm size 3, you have 4 damage coming in at you. Right. So it's 3 dice. You're blocking 1, so that crit does. You're blocking 1, so you take 3 points of damage. Well, I guess you can only take 2 more because you have 5 stamina. So she's dazed. Magneto's up. What are you doing with Magneto?
I'm going to spend 3 power for Fatal Attraction.
Okay.
And throw
that
train feature into Sabretooth.
Okay. I just wonder if I should brace. I think I'll just brace it for 1 power.
Okay.
And get rid of that brace and not take any damage from that.
Okay.
But it's brace gone, so...
Yeah.
Now doing a reverse polarity onto Sabretooth over there.
Yep.
Let's see what you get. Got 2 crits, so you get to add in 2 more dice. Okay, so you got 3 successes. Here's my defense roll. I have 2 successes, so I'll take 1 point of damage from that.
Okay.
And the push, just pushing towards Magneto, so that way you can probably do a bunch more damage into him with another reverse polarity. Ben, doing another reverse polarity now into Sabretooth?
Yep.
Okay, I am increasing my defense by 2 with a memory token. I'm glad I did. Throw your crit in there. So, yeah, you got 1 crit, so throw your crit in there, see what it is. It's a wild, so your skull can't be re-rolled, but that one can be, so... okay, so you got 5 going into him. Sabretooth says he is blocking 2, so he'll take 3 more points of damage from that. Okay. And playing now a tactic card?
Yep, okay. Asteroid M.
Yep.
Going to be 2 power off Magneto and then 2 power off Quicksilver.
Yep.
Because that's not a good spot for him to be.
Not at all.
And I'm going to put him... Is this within 1, right?
Yeah, within 1 of Magneto.
Yep. So... Go up that side of the board.
Yeah.
And...
Peace out, Wolverine. I don't want to deal with you. You be too dangerous. Too dangerous. Sounds good to me. Okay. So that you're done with Magneto then, right?
Yep.
Sounds good. I like it. And truly, before you end your turn, you're also paying 2 more power to do magnetic refraction to give yourself cover within 3 of you, which is pretty nice. I like it. That's it then?
That's it.
All right, come back to my turn now. Jean's going to go for me. She's going to come over here within 3 of Magneto. I'm going to move that train piece back if you want. Go ahead. I'm going to spend 3 power now to do mental domination. So I get to play a target enemy character within 3, which will be Magneto. The chosen character is advanced short, and then after this card, I make the above attack, which is 2 dice plus his physical defense, which is 3, so it's going to be 5 dice. Okay. But I get to advance him short first, so I want to see where I get him to go. And I got to be within range 2 of whoever I'm attacking as well. So... and then we'll go from there and have some fun. I advanced Magneto back there. I'm then going to do the attack into Rogue. So it's going to be a 5-die physical attack into Rogue. Yep. Okay. So 5 dice. I get to reroll any of your dice as well. So 3 coming in. So with that card... you may re-roll any number of the opposing. So you're going to modify your dice first. Okay. And then you modify your opponent's dice, right? So you have cover technically. Yeah. And so I'm going to have you re-roll all of those. And hopefully not have as many. Yeah, so you're going to take 2 points of damage from that. Okay. So, but you gain 2 power as well. So, and Jean's next action now is to do a psionic bolt into Quicksilver over there. It's 5 dice. You have no power though, right? Nope. So you can't do any fancy running away shenanigans. So 5 dice. Mystic. 1, which cover automatically blocks. Yep. So yeah, great defense roll there with that. But that was that, and so that is Jean's go. We be done. We be done.
How much power is sitting on
on Sabretooth or on Jean?
Power.
Damage?
Yes.
He has 4 out of 7 on him. Rogue is up.
So I'm going to spend 2 for charge.
Yep, of course.
And I'm going to get right up into Sabretooth's face.
I like it. Yeah, you can get wherever you need to be right in his face. Ooh, right to the other side. Yeah. Well, hello there, Rogue. How are you?
So then, absorbing strike, 5 dice base, 6 with the hammer.
I will be boosting up my physical defense. Or are you doing an energy? Either way, I'm boosting. Energy is your better option because I have a lower energy defense.
I'll do, energy.
Yeah. So I have 5 defense versus your 6 attack dice because you have a hammer.
Yep.
Not good. Oh, ouch.
There's the crits.
Yeah, 3 crits. Ouch. Unless I crit all of these, I will probably be playing Exceptional Healing. No, I will be playing Exceptional Healing, which I will take a point of damage, and yeah, so he'll be sitting at 5 out of 7. I think he will daze, but we'll see. Now trying for the Mutant Absorption onto Sabretooth, see if you can get rid of some more damage on him before you attack. So is it 4 or 5 dice? I can't remember. 5 dice, and it's on crits and wilds, if I remember
correctly. Crits, wilds, and hits.
Ooh, crits, wilds, and hits, okay. Yep. Well... Don't roll all crits in that like you did last time, please. So that's 4. He only has 2. No, crits don't explode on this.
No.
He only has 2, so he will take 2 more points of damage, and that will daze him, and he will drop another hammer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So then I will
spend and pick it up.
How much health does Jean Grey have?
6. And just placing that within one of Quicksilver over there.
And then I'm going to burn my last 2 power to charge into Jean Grey.
You can't charge twice in a turn.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. So, no. And you're outside of 2 as well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Instead, you're going to have Rogue pick up that hammer, realizing that you can't charge twice, and that's absolutely fine with me. So she'll be sitting on 2 hammers.
And then I'm going to move her medium back here.
Rogue is a beast. I got to deal with her, though. Got to deal with her. Alright, sounds good to me. Honey Badger's going to go. I'm going to take a move action. Come over here. Bam. Just down there. And then she's going to do her, what is it? What is it called? What is it called? Her hamstring into Toad. Okay. It's 5 dice.
Can I use Hop in this case?
Hop is not something you can use in this case. That's the thing that places you within 2, if I remember correctly.
But it doesn't list as an action.
Yeah, no, it's only reactive, the ones that are like lightning bolts. So here we go with the hamstring from Honey Badger into Toad. So that's, oh no, I can't do the hamstring. It's just going to be a claw slash into you. Hamstring is 3 power. I thought it was 2 for some reason. Maybe it's X23. Yeah, it's X23. So this is a basic claw slash. If on a wild you bleed. So it's 2... 3 into you with a wild. Blocking 1, so you'll take 2, and you are bleeding as well. You're gonna burn the 2 power to advance medium. Oh, you're coming at Domino, eh? That's risky. That's risky. I like it though, but it's very risky. Toad is going now.
So I'm gonna use Mystique's leadership ability for him to interact with the
objective back there, yeah. So you are securing that, which is super helpful.
So then I'm also going to do Tongue Lash.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that up against Domino.
Okay. And Domino, eh? Domino. I like it.
4 die.
Yep, I got 3 dice. Your crits don't explode because of Domino's lucky ability, so that's 2. That would have been really bad. I technically could have 3 crits here, but I only need to use 1 power because she has a luck, or what is it, probability manipulation for each. I can spend a power for each skull, and I treat it as a crit. So that would be 3 crits, but I'm only kind of count it as 2, so I take no points of damage from that.
So then second attack.
Yep. Is something.
Or do I want to do something else?
I don't know. And now running away with Toad.
So 2 power for Hop.
Yeah, you get placed within 2 of you.
2 of me.
Gee, I wonder where you're going. And then you get to move medium as well.
Down there.
Yeah. If that's what you're gonna do.
Yep. And then I'm going to move
away.
Let's go over here.
Okay. I like it. Sounds good to me.
So he does take a damage now.
Yep, he does take 1 damage, so. And that is it.
You gain power from that, right?
No. Because it's a status condition, it's not an enemy effect that damaged you. Logan Wolverine is going to go, the Wolverine is going to come over here. I don't think I can get within 3 of anybody. I would like to get within 3 of somebody, but I don't think I am, so I'm going to check. But I think I'm out on 2. Alright, so just being out of any attack range, guess what? Here I come. Logan is going to come to save the day. So here we go. He's going to come over here, and he's just going to threaten everybody, because that's what Logan does, is threaten everybody. So he'll come over there, like so. I'm going to do a Super Sonic Strike now onto Logan. Yeah. Okay.
Never mind.
Nothing. Doing it again? Or are you going to run away?
I'm trying to think here.
Because you have no power either, unfortunately, so you can't play
we're
any.
gonna have to do that again.
Yeah. 2. And I say, blocking 1, so he'll take 1. Nothing else from Quicksilver, correct?
You know what? Because as many people around those securing it get the additional power, right?
Yeah, everybody who is within 1. Are you going to use a speedster ability?
I'm just gonna. Oh, right.
Because he did 2 actions.
Did Speedster cost 2? So
no, he's going to hang out there then. Okay, so going over to Domino. Domino is just going to move twice to get rid of your objective here. Okay. And take it myself, and she wants to just be within 1, like so. And that will be the end of the round. Clean-up phase of round 2. I have 2 hammers and 2 objectives. Jean Grey's holding 1, and so is Domino, and 2 hammers, so going up from 5. 1 hammer on Wolverine, 1 on Domino herself, so going from 5 to 9. Ben, you got 2 hammers and a objective, correct? So you're going from 3 to 6, and we're going to round 3 next. The round with Magneto.
So I'm going to reverse polarity onto Logan.
Onto Logan, okay, sounds good. I will boost my defense. Not that I needed to with that roll. Here we go. Blocking it. Okay. I even rolled less dice where I didn't need to. I needed more than that. You do get to move me short.
I do.
Yeah.
So I can get you within 2 there.
Yeah. Right there, like so.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is a push, so you have to move me my full distance as well, FYI. So like if you're gonna be straight, and it would be like a straight. I would be right on you, unfortunately. So, yeah. So
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna do your reverse polarity again.
If I do the fatal attraction, I can throw that into you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
For 2 power.
It is 2 power, yeah. So it's 3 damage going into Logan. And I'm blocking 1, so he'll take 2 more. Now doing reverse polarity again, I will boost my defenses because I want to survive with my last memory token. Okay, roll your crit in there.
Well, I do get to reroll.
You do get to reroll everything but that skull. So just move that skull out there for you. Go ahead and reroll, see if this even makes sense. Oh no! I'm blocking 2, so that's enough to take no damage from that. Unfortunately. Now that I'm alive with Logan, I'm going to be going with him, and I'm going to do my beam attack into Rogue. You didn't want to do anything else before you ended your activation, did you?
3 power left.
You might as well do like magnetic refraction or something for that bonus.
Burn the 2 power for magnetic refraction.
Okay. So I'm going to do 4 activating Logan. I'm going to do my Tornado Claw. It's a beam 3, which I'm going to hit both Magneto and Rogue. Okay. 7 dice normally, but it's 8 dice because of my hammer. So let's go into Magneto first because I want to end by Rogue.
Physical, right?
It is physical, yeah. So I'm assuming you're going to boost his defense, or do you not? Oh, you only had 3 power left, didn't you? So you can't boost his defense. I don't believe. No. So here we go. 8 dice into Magneto's 3 physical defense. That is a crazy good roll here. So we'll just roll that as a crit. So that is a bunch.
So
blocking 2.
Yeah.
So you modify your own dice first. I do have a pierce, and so I don't have any modifications. Then you modify your opponent's dice, so I'll turn that. So you're blocking 1. So you're going to be taking 6 points of damage onto Magneto, which I think that dazes him. Yep. And then I get to go into Rogue with 8 dice, who also has the dossier. This is huge because I get to re-roll all of these, including failures, on her. So, yeah. Whoa. I'm dropping stuff here. So she's physical. She's 3. And here we go with my rolls. Yeah. So I have 2 so far on her, and I have those that I can re-roll. So, okay, she's blocking none. So well, you got cover, but I got a pierce, right? So
I also have one of the cards here.
Oh,
I'm just trying to think of.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my re-rolls. I got 3 going in on you.
Okay.
Which is only 2 damage if you don't want to play your card at the end of modifying your dice step. Because you do have creep physiology. But I do have another attack coming too.
I need to
so
I'm going to burn 2 power from Book of Truth.
Yep.
And I get to reroll
these.
So I am still within So I get cover off him too.
Yeah, but this is after all of that is taken care of, right? So you block 2, you will take 1 because your Cree Physiology doesn't knock it down beyond 1. Takes to a minimum of 1. Cover's already taken care of because you played Book of Truth at the end of the modified dice step. Right. So then you re-roll because I had a pierce that would get rid of your cover anyways, right? So you would take 1 point of damage from that, and you are bleeding as well. Now getting placed within 1 and that token's being taken away. Now I get to do my basics attack into Rogue, which is my X/, and it's 6 dice because I have a hammer on Logan. So yeah, so here we go, 6 dice into Rogue. So you have 3 points of damage on her?
3.
3, okay, so I need to do a lot more than what I can. So let's see what I get. That's only 2. Blocking 1 because of your cover. So you take 1 point of damage. I gain a power from that. That is it. That is all I can do with him. Oh, I get to re-roll all those dice. Hold on now. Because of the dossier, sorry. Alright, so that's technically 2 points of damage on you instead of 1, because your cover, actually that would be a blank. So you had none, so it's 3 points of damage because of the pierce.
So 3 total.
3 total, so I think that would daze her, right? Because you already had...
I had 2, right?
Yeah. So you had...
Brought me within 1.
No, you had none. Cover brings it to 1. I modify it with a pierce to 0. Then your Cree drops it from 4 successes down to 3 successes. Which it should daze her because she had 3 on her already. So she should be out. Okay. Right? And after dazing Rogue, so what happened is basically you played Book of Truth in the first attack, which that happens at the end of the reroll phase, I believe is what you said. Which allowed me to do 1 point of damage to her, and then that put her at 3, and I just did 3 points of damage there. Dazing Rogue, but she has 2 hammers in the dossier. Logan has 3 power on him. He used all 3 of those powers to pick up the 2 hammers in the dossier, and now he heals 2 points of damage from healing factor 2, and that is him. And at the end of X/, I get placed within 1, so I'm just placing on the other side of Rogue as well. Going with Quicksilver.
So he's gonna
move.
Go there.
He probably was within range just to attack from where he was, in all honesty.
I want to do something first. So I'm gonna burn 2 power for, can I borrow that?
I think, is that after you deal damage, I think, right?
Right.
So that's why I'm saying you didn't even have to move. You could have just hit me from where you were to try to deal damage to Logan.
Right.
Yeah, right. So just put him back where he was there. Because you're definitely within range 3. Like, 100%.
Okay.
Okay.
So, where do I attack?
Yeah. 2. I'm blocking 1. I'm blocking 2. So no damage there. I got 2 clips.
Yeah, I just had a hit in wild.
Yeah. Do you get to make another attack against somebody? I can't remember what it is.
So on a hit in wild, I can use velocity. After this attack is resolved, this character may make a supersonic strike attack
against a different target within this range 3. So like that's going to be Sabertooth. Yep. Makes sense. And you got a hit in the wild again, so you can do it again. Sabertooth is blocking 1. He's taking 1.
Okay.
Okay.
And then because...
You can do it again into Logan. This is the 3rd attack now. You can just keep bouncing back and forth if you keep getting it. So there it is again. A hit in a wild, right, is what you needed?
Hit in a wild.
Okay, here we go. Alright, so I take 2 points of damage on Logan from that. So now you can play your card.
1 point of damage, right?
No.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You got 3. So... And you got a hit in wild again.
So, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to do the 2 power.
Yep.
To steal a hammer.
Steal a hammer. Makes sense. There you go. Can I borrow that? Okay, so you're spending 2 power because both effects are after an attack has resolved. Yeah. So you're going to spend the 2 power for can I borrow that to steal a hammer off of Logan. And now you're going to be doing your velocity, extra velocity attack. But now it goes up to 5 into Sabertooth. This isn't good. And then you get another one. Sabretooth says he's blocking none, so he's going to take 2.
2, yep.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
And then back to Logan.
And then back to Logan. You don't have a hit, which is good.
Had a crit though.
Yeah, you do have a crit.
Okay,
there's another hit. Blocking 3, so no damage on Logan. But you do get another attack that you can go into Sabretooth. Hold on one second, let me get some power situated here and damage. Okay, so now back into Sabretooth.
Yep.
Okay. So are you just going to take out everybody with Quicksilver? Is this what Quicksilver needed to do?
Apparently.
Yeah. Blocking none, so that will daze Sabretooth, or knock out Sabretooth, sorry. Sabretooth is gone. And then I guess into Logan, yeah. So I'll gain a token. I will boost that token up just to give me 6 defense dice. And you don't have anybody else within range, so you can't do it again. So I don't know how many that was.
That was ridiculous.
But that was ridiculous. So I blocked 3 without rolling that crit in. So, yeah, ridiculous. I think you got it off like 5 or 6 times. I've never seen a pop.
And I still have another action.
And you still have another action. I haven't seen that pop because it doesn't say that you can only do it once.
And I also get powered to the damage dealt.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like
that was a fully healthy Sabretooth.
Yeah, so you got 6 from Sabretooth.
Yeah. And
you got 2 from Logan as well, I think. So, yeah. Crazy. Doing something else with Quicksilver here after a rapid fire shots between Sabretooth and Logan.
So 2 power for Cyclonic Vortex.
Yep.
6-die attack.
Yep.
But up to 7 now with the hammer. And after this attack is resolved, this character may advance immediately.
Into Logan, I'm assuming?
Well, as far away from Jean Grey as possible.
You want to be as far away from her. Okay. So it's
Logan's already gone. So.
Yeah. So where? It's range 3?
Yep.
Yeah. And going into Logan, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what you get. Well, that's 3 crits. I think you might have just dazed Logan. I can't boost it. Logan, all crits like my opponent Ben here would be great, please. No. So you daze Logan. He drops 2 hammers.
Okay.
And he drops a dossier as well. So that is huge. So he gets placed within 2. Placing the hammers and everything over there.
So then I'm going to advance medium because of the effects of that attack, and I'm going to spend 3 power to pick all that up.
Yep. So you got a whole bunch of hammers, and you got a dossier now. That was insane. Quicksilver for the win. Jean has to go. I'm going to do a Psionic Bolt now into Mystique. It's 5 dice.
No, we're probably within 3.
I am within 3, yep. So, and you don't have any cover being out in the open like that?
Mystique?
Yeah, Mystique. Sorry, Mystic. Yep, so you don't get your martial arts either. So it's 3, I believe.
Yep.
So here we go, 5 dice into Mystique. Okay. Blocking 2 so far. Okay.
And it was her or the other one because blanks.
No, it's her, but only against physical and energy, I believe, right? Is it physical and energy?
This is, yeah.
Yeah, this is Mystic. So here's my...
Only within 2.
Yeah. So you have blocked 2.
Yep.
So you take 4.
Okay.
Okay. I do sap a power off of you as well.
Okay.
So I'll put 5 power on Jean, putting her up to max. Using 6 of my 10 power now, I'm going to do Telekinetic Force. It's 9 dice, physical, into Mystique.
Physical?
Okay, physical. So you get 3, and your blanks do count at this point in time.
No, because you're outside of 2.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. So here we go. That should take her out.
Yeah, I can't block that.
No, like, I got 2 crits.
You only need...
I only need like 2 more.
2.
And I still get 1 from the throw as well. So
yeah.
I'm going to throw you first to see if I can put any damage on anybody else.
Well,
oh, they're all dazed.
yeah,
doesn't matter.
Dazed.
So yeah, she's gone. Just get her off the board. That is that. Toad's going.
Yep.
But if he doesn't shake, he is going to be dazed.
Yeah.
Because you have 3 damage on him. So
yep.
that's going to be an action
fine.
to shake.
So I'm going to do that.
And then hop. Shake.
I'm going to shake, and then I'm going to spend 2 to hop.
Yep, that makes sense to me.
Puts him right there.
Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. Honey Badger is going to go for me next. She's going to take a couple of move actions to go 1. And then, hold on. Let's measure this out. 1, and then 2. Just right inside here. Within 1 of both Magneto and Quicksilver. And then I got Domino as my next action, because you have nobody else, right?
Nope.
Okay. I don't even know if I can do anything over here. Let me see. Give me a sec. Yeah, moving domino. She needs to get involved. And then I'm within 3, so I'm going to do my rapid fire pistols, or rapid pistol shots into Quicksilver. I'm going to do 3 power to counter that, to do can't catch me, because it's when this you're targeted.
Short.
Okay. I get another action.
Yep.
But you're outside of rapid fire range. Yep. So I will just do my range 4 attack then into with my incendiary grenade bounce, what it is. So cannot stop that one, sir. So it'll be 5 dice, and you will be incinerated when you're done.
Physical or energy?
This is energy. Doesn't matter for you. Yeah. Here we go. So I'm gonna explode, and so that is 3, and it's normally 4 dice, but I rolled 5 due to the fact that she has a hammer on there. Yeah. So, and is there a wild? There is a wild. So, before damage dealt, other enemy characters within 2 suffer a point of damage. So Toad.
Dazed.
Except for Toad.
He's outside too, for sure.
Is he? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that is the round. So you are scoring 4, going up to 10. I am scoring 2, going up to 11. And we'll go into round 4 next. I need to get people involved in doing stuff. Going off. You got priority here, Ben. So where would you like to go?
So, big surprise, I'm going to be doing Supersonic Strike with Quicksilver.
Yep.
So, this is now going to be a 7 die attack.
Yep. Who are you going into?
Who's got the most damage as of right now?
Logan.
Logan, and then how much health does he still sit on?
He has 3 left.
3 left, and then 5
Or
total.
sorry, he's flipped. Never mind. Hold on.
So
we gotta start off this round here. I gotta power up and everything. 1 sec. Sorry, forgot about that. Yeah, you dazed Logan.
Yep.
So
he's healthy with 6, and Honey Badger's
healthy with 5.
5.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start with. How do I want to do this so I can maximize my chances here? I'm gonna start with Logan.
Okay. I'm gonna bodyguard with Honey Badger because you're still within 2. Yep. So still within 2.
Yep.
So she will take it. Okay.
Hit wild, so.
There's 5. She's blocking 1, so she'll take 4.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna do another rapid fire shot. Going into Logan, I will bodyguard with Honey Badger, spending 2 power out of the 2 that she would, or 4 that she would have got. So she goes back up to where she was originally. So okay.
No wild.
No wilds. She's dazed.
Okay.
Okay. Second action now?
Yep.
What are you going to
do? You know what? I'm actually going to do Cyclonic Vortex.
Okay.
Burn 2 power in order to do that.
Yep.
So that becomes a 9 die attack.
I will boost up my defense to 6.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I did. I still may die here. Need some defensive rules. That's really good. That's 5. With 3 crits, that's 6. Blocking 6.
That's 1, 2.
I think you only did
1.
6. No, that would knock that one over. You knocked that one over.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 7 there. Okay,
Yeah.
so he takes 1.
Yeah.
You'll gain 1 power. Advancing medium now somewhere. That is the question. Where? Yeah. I got it over there.
Yeah.
I like it. Alright, so advancing over here with Quicksilver, I'm going to activate Logan. He's going to spend 3 power to do what I do isn't very nice. So I get to, this character immediately makes an X/ attack. After the attack is resolved, the target, do I want to do that actually? I don't get to move actually. I get to throw you. How much power do you have on him?
7.
Okay, so you know what? I'm not. I'm going to go with a Tornado Slash, or X/ into Quicksilver over there.
Range?
3.
3? Okay, I'm going to burn 3 power for Can't Catch Me.
Yeah, can you use that multiple times if I remember correctly?
I believe so.
Okay.
So I'm going to get...
So I get my action back.
Yeah.
So what do I want to do now then? All right, so I'm gonna do a tornado slash instead as my first action with Logan. 4 power. I'm gonna start off with Rogue. It's a beam 3, so I'm gonna hit Rogue and then Toad because then I get placed within 1 of Toad. So it's 7 dice going into Rogue. Okay.
Physical?
It is physical. Yeah. So you have 4 defense. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. That's pretty good. That's 2 crits. Okay. It's also very good. So that's, well, let's see what my crits turn into. Nothing. So you got 6, but I got a pierce and bleed. So
pierce goes through there.
Yeah. So you're blocking 3 damage. You're taking 3 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are bleeding as well. Second one now going into Toad. 7 dice. Let's see what happens into Toad. Toad gets a lot over here as well. He has 4 going into him with a pierce as well. Yeah, physical.
Okay. With a pierce, so I can't do anything with that, even if I succeed on all these.
Well, if you crit on all of them, right? That's the only thing. You could technically. No, even if you succeeded. Yeah. So you take point of damage and are dazed. I get placed within 1 of you, so I'm going to come over here.
Okay.
And guess who's getting it now? Quicksilver. And doing another X-Slash, or trying to do another X-Slash into Quicksilver. You get to move short.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can get out of my range 3, though. That's the only thing. So, no, that has to be fully on his base like that.
Yeah.
And then you can go wherever you want. Yep. I don't know if you can get out of range, but it will be close. Oh, no, I'm definitely in. So here we go. Range 3. X-Slash, re-rolling all these dice because you have the dossier.
Yeah, and I also do get to re-roll up to 2.
Yes. Alright, so you have 3 coming in at you. I can re-roll those 2. I do have a pierce as well, which is really good for me. So you modify your dice first, so you got 2 crits. Okay, so modify your dice first, so you would re-roll those 2.
These 2?
No, those 2.
Those 2.
Because that's the only 2 that you would want to modify, right? So you got 3. Okay, so I got 4. Pierce 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so that turns that to a blank when I modify dice. So you take...
2 go through.
Well, that was a hit, right? That doesn't go away.
Oh, right.
Right, so 2 go through. That should be enough to daze you as well.
3... Nope.
Yeah, you got 5 or 6 health on the
6.
front. Is it 6? I thought Quicksilver was 5. Now I also get placed within 1 of you, so I'm going to come over here within 1, and then the dossier and hammers drop. So I will play, I get 2 power, so I'm going to pick up 1 hammer and the dossier on Logan, not giving him any power from the 2 damage, and I regenerate. The other ones are just going to come back here at max range 2 away from Quicksilver. And the other 2 hammers that I can't pick up are being placed over here. So Jean can easily walk over and steal them if she wants. But yeah, that's where they're going. Going with who next, Ben?
I'm going to go with Rogue.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to...
Take a move action.
Take a move action.
Yep.
And then I'm going to burn 2 power
to charge. Okay.
Which...
Yep.
Get me to there.
Absolutely.
And then take a swing at Logan.
Okay. So you got your 5 dice. I will boost my defense up.
Is there anything I can do here? Actually, you know what? I'm going to burn 2 power right away for mutant absorption.
Okay, so you should be on 6 power left. Oh, for mutant absorption.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can't do it after the charge. You have to wait until...
Right.
Yeah, you have to wait until after the attack.
Yeah.
So I am boosting up my defense.
Okay.
So... I have no power to give you, but you got 4 damage coming in on me. That's really good. I am blocking 3 with a crit. I'm blocking 3, so he'll take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
But because I think the sap is before damage is dealt, I believe, if memory serves, I do not give you that power.
Before damage.
Yeah, so he has 1 power now and 1 damage on him. Mutant absorption time onto Logan, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay, 5 dice.
5 dice.
He'll lose 2 power, so he'll take another point of damage. And that's that for that. Do you gain the power? I can't remember if you gain the power. I don't think you do. I think you just take the power off of him, right? And picking up those 2 hammers now. Are you done with Rogue?
As much as I don't want to be.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'm going to bounce over here before I activate Gene, because Gene's in a pretty safe place. You have nobody that can do anything over here. Domino's going to do a automatic pistols into Magneto, okay? I know you can boost up your defense
so
with your thing.
2 power.
Yeah.
To do
your
fatal or force protection, which gives me my
6 defense. Gives my 5 physical. I will count that as a crit by spending a power. So currently sitting at 3. You block 1. Okay, so you take 2 points of damage from that. I do have a hit there, so it's rapid fire, so I get to do it again, and I gain a power back because of the attack. So doing it again.
So I have to burn another 2 power?
If you want to, yeah. You every attack, right? So back to 8 now, so here's my roll. I will turn that into a crit as well. Your crits don't explode, unfortunately, because of my luck or probability manipulation. So, so 2.
Block 2.
You're blocked 2 anyways, yeah. So that's 1 attack. Still sitting on 3 power because I gained power back from that. So I'll do a second one now. I'll do automatic pistols into Magneto.
2 power.
Yep, here we go. So I did 2 damage to him so far? Yes, 2 damage on him. So here we go with this 5 dice. I will turn both of those into a crit actually. Spending 2 power. I will only take 1 off though due to the fact that... so 2 wilds so far? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I need 3 extra dice. So I'm sitting at 4. Sitting at 5. You block 3, so you take 2. And then I'll
block 2.
Okay, so you take 3.
3, 2.
Yeah. And then I'll do my last rapid fire here because of the hit that's in there.
Okay,
let's see what I get this time. How much damage do you have left?
Probably 1.
1 or 2.
I guess.
I think you actually have 8 on the back.
8.
Yeah. So here we go with my last dice roll. I will turn that into a hit or a crit. Your crits don't explode, but you're blocking 5, 6. Yeah. I don't think there's anything there. So yeah, that's 4. So but you block more than that. So yeah, that is Domino, but she just did 5 damage to Magneto. So that's really Magneto's up.
So burning 2 power to do fatal attraction and throw this into her.
Into Domino, yeah. Let me see what I can do. Blocking once, you'll take 2.
Cool.
Magneto's doing anything else, right?
Yep.
Nothing? Nothing?
Do fatal attraction again.
Okay.
I'm going to throw these crates, which we agreed were size 2, into Domino.
Okay, Domino says she'll turn that into a crit using a point of power. Because I believe it does work on dodges. Yes, it does. So here we go with that. Blocking 3, she takes none from that. Doing a reverse polarity now into Domino.
Yep.
Right? Okay. So, your crits don't explode. You probably have dazed her. I will turn those into crits though to try to get something here. What doesn't make sense? How much did you do? You did 6 to me?
6 total, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna... Oh no, I need those. If I block 2 more, then if I block 2 more, she'll take 2 and will not be dazed. Ah, no. She blocks 1 more. She is dazed. So she gets 3 points of damage, and she drops a hammer.
Cool.
So you can pick that up.
Yep. So I'm going to burn a power, pick up the hammer.
Yep. Then run away.
And then I'm going to advance short.
Yep.
Over to here.
And hold that objective.
And hold that objective.
That's what Magneto does. Jean is up for the last of this round. She's going to spend 3 of her 7 power, and she's going to do Battlefield Meditation. What that does is it allows me to throw a size 4 train piece within 3 medium. So this size 3 tree,
yep.
I'm throwing it into Rogue.
Surprise, surprise.
And you are within medium of me. So Rogue can take a hit. Needs to make a dodge roll. Your physical defense.
Yep.
So you have 4 damage coming at you. So
that's cocked.
Yeah. So blocking, that was knocked over. Yeah, blocking 1 so far. Crit roll. Let's see what that turns into. Blocking 1.
Blocking
2, and then you take 2 more, which I think that gets rid of Rogue as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I will just put those here roughly. Spend 2 power to pick those up, leaving me with 2 power on Jean, and then move back to that position just to hold it. And that is all Jean's going to do at the end of this round. Cleanup phase of round 4. Ben, you got yourself 2 victory points, right? A hammer and a point.
Yep.
Going up to 12. I got 3 hammers and a point, going up 4 to 15, going to round 5. All right, Ben, going into round 5. It's do or die time, and you've brought it pretty stiffly, I think, so far. Like, punching me in the face. I don't know how many times.
And we're going to see if we can repeat that.
Yeah, 100%. So we're going to activate Quicksilver first then?
Yep.
Okay.
So to give myself the best opportunities here, I'm going to spend 2 for Speedster, because he's not currently holding any objectives.
Nope.
I get to move him long.
Just put him right.
I'm going to park him smack right in the center.
Do you want to put him by the objective in case you do daze both? That's extra victory points, right?
Alright.
Yeah.
So I want to be within 1 of that, but I also want to be within 2 if you drop hammers.
Well, it would drop 2 at the end, so you would be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're
yeah. Because they drop within 2.
So now the moment of truth. Let's see what happens.
Oh my goodness.
So the Supersonic Strike, if I get wild and
Who are
hit.
you going to go into first?
Who's so both are healthy, right?
Both are, well, I'm
Logan's got 1 on him.
Logan has 2 on him.
2 on him.
2 damage out of 6. Jean has 6 damage left on her.
Okay. I'm going to start with Jean.
Okay.
And
I'll just roll my normal dice.
shit.
That's not good. I block it.
Okay, so we're gonna go for this again.
Okay. Into Jean.
Yeah, into Jean again.
I will just roll my normal dice again. Okay.
The crit.
You do have the crit.
Wild.
So you got 3 on Jean. But you have something else, which I think is like a move or something like that. I blocked 2 so far.
I may advance short.
I'm blocking 3, so no damage on Jean whatsoever.
Yeah, so I think that's game because I would have needed that to pop off to damage both her and Logan.
Yeah.
As it stands between her, you've got
I got
currently 3 holding that.
Yeah, just
Logan
this.
can come in and contest. He's gonna have 1 on him with the hammer.
Yeah, because I'm not sending anybody out to do anything as of right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you come to me. I might send Honey Badger over. You know what I mean? Maybe to do something, but
Yeah, the
or
most
Domino. I don't know.
At the moment would be 2, which bring me to 14. You're going to well exceed 16.
All right, so, if you want to call it there, we can do that, sir. So, all right, we'll come back with the after action report next. All right, guys, here we are with the after action report. You just saw the match between my Weapon X and Ben and his Brotherhood.
Yep.
It was a good game, dude. It was close. Like it's. I know.
I mean, yes, you won, but I think Quicksilver's MVP, no question.
100%. He's what held you in that game. The
Yep.
turn that he dazed Logan and dazed Sabretooth was massive, and like I've never seen him bounce that amount of times.
Yeah.
It was super good, and the fact that like your first bounce was from Logan into Sabretooth.
Yeah.
And you had no damage on Logan at that point. Then you bounced from Sabretooth into Logan,
Back to Logan and back
without
to
a hammer, and then you got a hammer
Yep.
because you damaged Logan the second time, and then friggin' stole the hammer, and then you did like 2 more attacks after that third one. I think it was like 5 in total if memory serves.
Somewhere in that area.
But like it just popped off.
Yeah.
Crit and hit, hit and wild, hit and wild, hit and wild, hit and wild, and on 4 dice for the first couple of them. That was huge. And Can I Borrow that was great because both are at the end of the attack. Right,
yeah.
I believe is what it was when we were reading it. You can go back and watch and check. But yeah, and then to walk away and be like, yeah, I got like 3 hammers. Deal with me. It was like, ouch. Okay.
And then Wolverine was like, challenge accepted, and dealt with him.
Yeah, well, that's what Wolverine does, though. You know what I mean? Like you did well by getting away from Logan.
Yeah, for the first attack, and then I think we also negated the. What was his Lone Hunter ability?
Yeah, his rerolls when he was outside of range 3 of everybody.
So that could have changed things up a bit too.
I still dazed you when he was though on the far side. So I don't think it was. I think what could have happened is instead of you tucking behind the cliff and then running away towards the wall, you should have just ran away. But you really couldn't go anywhere. Like maybe even to the back corner or something. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah.
It would be hard. And with Logan with his new like, hey, I can hit you within range 3, then place within,
Yeah.
1. It's like, it's really hard to get away from
as
them.
if you can drop the objectives and you still be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so it was good, though. It was good. It was a super fun match. Weapon X came out with the win. I don't know how well X23 would have performed in here, or if she would have performed better instead of Domino. Both were, like, on, like, the two, like, for my 3-point, those were the two that I was, like, debating on who to bring, was her and X23, or Domino and X23. I like Domino because of rapid fire and the luck probability, or probability manipulation.
That did come in your favor
a
few times.
I got some skulls. Guess what? Now they're crits. You know what I mean? So, like, it's huge. And you don't get to re-roll or add crit dice against her, so it's really, really good. And then she can incinerate, too, which I put it incinerate on somebody. I can't remember who. Maybe it was Quicksilver. But yeah, it was
Quicksilver or Toad.
Domino's so good. She hits way harder than a 3-threat character. Like, way, way harder. So
Mystique was definitely underused.
Yeah, I think you would have been better off with Magneto's leadership.
Yeah,
I think that's what you would have been way better off with.
Thicker board with the amount of 2-3 train.
Yeah, and then everybody's getting power to do stuff, and then you're just throwing everything, right? So Magneto would have been way better off with that leadership. Yep. I know Mystique's like, oh, it's pretty cool leadership and stuff like that, and it's definitely situational.
Yeah.
But when I have characters that can throw as well, you're now doubling down on your leadership, because now you're looking at getting power on my turns from me destroying stuff, as well as from you destroying stuff.
Would have been almost worth seeing how Deadpool with Chimichangas would have worked in there.
I actually would have dropped Mystique and probably brought Gambit, especially if we were closer off. He's 3 as well. And the only reason why I would have done that, like, Deadpool's all right, but I think Gambit would have been a better one. Mystique is really good, but you never got Deception off, which was huge, because I jumped on her.
It's hard when I find that a lot of it is you're within 3 so quickly that...
Yeah. Well, you got to be within 2 of one of your allied characters, right? So, like, you could have done it on Sabretooth during one of your activations. You could have done it because he wasn't around anywhere. So,
sorry, I'm thinking stealth.
But yeah, I think it would have been interesting if you took Magneto's leadership with Gambit, because the amount of power that Gambit can get from Magneto, he can do his 52 pickup with his accelerated charge or whatever it is, and so now it's a beam.
I'd have to look at the card.
It's a beam 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And it's 5 dice normally, and wilds count as 2 successes. But then he does the accelerated charge, and all his attacks now get 2 dice under that beam, because it's your next attack action or whatever it is, not your next attack. But it's all your attacks under that beam all of a sudden get 2 dice, jump up to 7, sort of like similar to Wolverine's, right? But the difference is your wilds count as 2 successes, and so it's like it costs something like 6 or 7 power, but with the amount of
Magneto's ability to do what he does.
That's right. So it's something to keep when you try this roster again. But they're super good.
Yeah, for an 18 threat roster, I mean, Toad was.
Yeah, Toad, like, he doesn't want to be in the thick of things. He wants to sort of like...
Toad works well with...
Sorry, a little bit. Sorry. You're going moving off the screen there. He's like, So...
Slowly disappeared.
That's it.
Toad pairs well with Mystique in the ability that he can interact with something, range 2 out.
Yeah.
Put a token on it, and then run away.
The missed opportunity that you had with Toad is that you didn't activate him first to steal an objective and then to stay back further.
Yeah.
So, and you did similar with Mystique too in turn 1, where she ran up and spent a power on your secure but didn't grab the hammer. That allowed Sabretooth to grab the hammer, where either her or Toad should have grabbed one of the outside hammers for you. That would have got you a point right off the bat. Because Toad could have been outside of range 2 and interacted with the hammer. And then he's protected, right? And then you get your power back. And then if somebody does try to attack you, if they can get within range, which Domino wouldn't have been able to, well, maybe with her grenade bounce, you then slippery away afterwards, right? So, and Mystique is stealth, so, she's pretty protected as well, unless you can get within 3 of her. So, like, I would have sent one of those 2 up to grab one of those objectives. Just would have helped victory points wise, and it would have changed things slightly. So,
I mean, as far as the list goes, I mean, this is one that I want to try running for a little while. I might tweak it a little bit here and there. I mean, eventually pick up Juggernaut, Blob and Pyro.
Yeah,
I got them coming in. So
Blob and Pyro are so good. Pyro is amazing. Oh, I like.
So I mean, I'll eventually I'll start playing and tweaking it here and there, but think Pyro for Deadpool would be a good swap out.
You get rid of Deadpool. You get rid of his Chimichanga card. You put in Pyro, and you put in Pyrotechnics. And so it's like everybody that's incinerated within 3 of him drops their objectives that they're holding. Right? And so like he has abilities where he can incinerate at the end of the activation or at the end of the attack. He incinerates somebody. But then he has a superpower that if somebody's incinerated, he can bounce that incinerate to somebody else within like 2 of that enemy. So like he's handing out incinerates like crazy. And so hasn't came out yet, but watch my next battle report. I did the roster tactics for my Brotherhood list. Release that today.
Okay.
That's going to be featured in the following, like next Wednesday's battle. Okay. And it's Brotherhood, and I have Pyro in there, and he freaking controls one side of the board. It was awesome. Really good dice, mind you, so but it was just
one
cool.
Side, Quicksilver on the other. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, man. Yeah. I would maybe even like Quicksilver is really good if you can pop off, but Pyro is so good, and Blob gives you a lot of board control as well. So if you can try to fit a Juggernaut in there, I freaking love Juggernaut.
So maybe Juggernaut for Colossus, Pyro for Deadpool, and I wouldn't mind swapping Sabretooth for the Apex Predators.
100% do that when you get him painted up, because the amount of power on Sabretooth, he can increase his attack by 4 dice. He can pounce, which is throwing size 3 terrain, or extra movement, and he can throw size 3 enemy characters. Right. So like he's throwing himself, he's throwing an enemy character, he's pouncing like for that extra movement, and then his pierces and stuff. Like the amount of damage that he can put out is insane when he has the power, and he benefits hugely from Magneto.
And then maybe Scarlet Witch for Juggernaut.
Colossus for Juggernaut.
Or Colossus for Juggernaut.
Keep Mystique and Deception.
Blob for Mystique. Or
no,
not Mystique.
No. Keep Mystique.
Scarlet Witch. Words.
Yeah. So get rid of Colossus. Put Juggernaut in there. Yeah. Get rid of Deadpool. Put Pyro in there, and get rid of Sabretooth for Apex Sabretooth, and that's what I would change in your list personally.
Maybe Blob for Scarlet Witch, but
Scarlet Witch is good, man. I haven't
honestly used her yet.
Yeah, so she's super good, especially when you start rolling failures and stuff like that.
Right. And
the hexes that she can hand out and everything else. So she is super potent, and she can throw terrain. Right. I ran a 16-point list, which was Juggernaut, Scarlet Witch, and Magneto. And that was my 16-point list. 3 characters, and I went up against I think 4 characters in an A-Force. It was.
I think I remember watching that.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
Popped off. And
yeah, that's it, man, right? And like, and that was before I knew Juggernaut could spend all his power to run across the board if he wanted to. So he can push and go through terrain multiple times in a turn. Yeah. You know how Quicksilver can only use this running once? I could be over there on one side and be like, oh, I do my push, and then you're on the other side of the board, and then you're punching somebody in the face. So it's great.
There's, one of the guys I know, Ryan, he's working on a Chonk Boys list.
Oh my gosh.
So it's, what is he working on? It was, what's the dog's name again?
I don't remember. Oh my gosh.
You at home, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, right? I don't know.
Brain farting like crazy here.
That's it, I don't know.
Yeah, he's doing Juggernaut, Blob, Kingpin.
Oh my god, all the big boys.
Yeah, like literally Chonk Boys.
Yeah. Like Lockjaw, that's its name.
Lockjaw. Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. If we were to get a second game in today, my next list is going to be Cabal and Sentinels. This is going to be the list because Cassandra Nova is Cabal. And then you have some Sentinels in there, and she has the mental domination like Jean Grey does, so it was going to be that. And then Ultron, and I threw Vision in there. Hood, because he can heal people but then they take bleed.
Right, but then he's also the one that can switch to the
demonic. Yeah. So, but with the Sentinels, they don't care if they take bleed because they're immune to bleed. So it's like I heal them 3 points of damage, and they don't take the bleed. So where's the downside of that, right? So that was the idea. So anyhow, but that's another time. Because I don't think we're gonna get another game in today because you have to get going in that game. Right? So, dude, I appreciate it. It was awesome. That was awesome great. Game. Guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, check out the links in the description of the video down below to both Torchlight Games and Hobbies and the Patreon page. You can support the channel through there. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, ignite your hobby.